All right, guys, let me show you something I built out of a pile of parts I had a couple years ago. It's worked awesome, but it's got some issues. All right, check out this beauty. I'll tell you what now, you can't buy something like that in the store. It's a pressure washer I pull behind my little tractor. And the reason why I got it is up on top of the hill here where I pressure wash all my equipment, I got no water, no nothing. This thing has been so handy. You fill the tank up with water, you go wherever you need to, pressure wash, and come back. So let me give you a quick walk around of what we got. Starting out with this frame, believe it or not, that tubing started life as part of a lumber rack at a Lowe's store. I drug that axle out of a junkyard somewhere. But this whole frame, see where the holes and stuff are at? This used to be a log splitter. The pump sit there, or the engine sit there, hydraulic hose come up through, splitter part was over here. That got trashed. So it got repurposed into this. That is actually a fuel tank off of my Mac. It had two of them on it and I only put one back. So it's my water tank, 75 gallon. That we actually bought a car wash we tore down to build a duplex on as an investment property. And it had 5 or 6 of these pumps in there. They're Cat 310 pumps, I believe. Yeah. So I put that on there. And this here is actually off of an old Ford sickle bar mower. So I cut the front off of it. This used to run down and run the blade back and forth. And then obviously it hooks to the tractor up there. And around back, this here is actually the only thing I bought for this thing. I got that off eBay. I don't remember what I paid for it, but it wasn't a whole lot. I probably got more in that thing than the whole rig. I think I got less than $100 in it. This bugger up here is, that come out of the car wash. That was on the wall up there where you slide the thing down in there. But I'll tell you what, it's worked. It's worked awesome. I don't know that one video where I was cleaning the 850 and moving in the shop, I used it, but the problem I got now is it's self-inflicted. I didn't do a good job of winterizing it, and it's a 3-piston pump, and I'm only running on 2 cylinders. I got a miss. So anyways, I'm gonna pull this thing off here. There's like a little plastic check valve doohickey thingamabob. Apparently it's important. I'm thinking that's what's wrong with it, but I'm gonna pull the pump off here. Somebody, you know, I always gripe about these engineers doing stupid stuff, but somebody put this little piece of metal, where's it at? Oh my goodness, right there. Do it this way, it's better, but I got this piece of metal right here. I got a piece of plastic, it's over there, that keeps the water off of it. Well, guess what? I gotta pull the pump off to pull the plungers out. So I guess I'm no better than any other engineer, but let's pull it off here and see what we got. Well, I got it all apart. My first clue and where my problem was at, these are basically check valves, is all they are. I know it's hard to see down in there, but that one has, see how that washer's raised up right there? It's full of junk. It's full of junk because the piston, it's a ceramic piston. I think that's what the freezing and thawing did right there. So I got an old pump over here with some parts in it. I'm gonna see if I can't scrounge together. Well, I used to have a pump right there with parts in it, and it's gone. I guess I'll have to look in the second place they may possibly be, because they are obviously not there. So, well, good news. I found my box of parts. You're never gonna believe it, but they were put away on the shelf. They were actually labeled pressure washer parts. How about that? But I'm going to try to scavenge one of those porcelain pistons. And I may look through here and see if I can find me a new check valve. That one's had some trash go through it, but I think we got what we need here. So I'm gonna do my best to try to explain to you guys how this thing works. Obviously these three things here are the pistons, and as that thing turns, they go in and out. There's oil in the crankcase back there, and there's actually an oil seal back here. And then in between, you got this little booger here. See how it's got that little wick on it? And it's got, basically that wick goes up and walks and goes up around that piston. You can see one back in there. But that little thingy there hangs down this little tray. And basically it's just, it's kind of a lubricant to keep that ceramic piston wet and possibly even cool a little bit. So once you get over here, your pistons go in these holes here. In the lower half of this, these are your three intake check valves. So whenever the piston's sucking back, it allows water to go into the chamber. And when the piston comes forward, it closes off this check valve and opens the check valve on top, and the water goes out through there. And it's not a consistent flow, but with the three pistons, it's pretty even. It's there's not a whole lot to it. It's pretty darn simple. Check valves work, pistons in place, pretty good chance it's gonna work. Guys, here she is all back together, freshly new to it parts. Did find a new gauge to put back on it. That'll come in handy. I think that may be some of my problem. This is what they call the unloader valve. There's a big spring in here, basically on the check valve, and once it reaches a certain pressure, it bypasses, goes around, comes back in the bottom down there. I've had some problems with that in the past, and it's cranked all the way down right now, so I want to get a good pressure gauge on there to see what we're doing. This thing should run about 25 to 2700 PSI. So it's late, it's about 8:30. This shop is an absolute disaster. I was just looking at some of the video. I'm almost embarrassed I worked on that thing in camera, but you're gonna see past the mess. I'm gonna head inside, get some shut eye, and then we'll come back out here tomorrow, put that thing on, and then I can't like cross my fingers. There, hope it works. All right, guys, it's the start of a new day. Let's see if we can get this pump bolted back on here and see what we got. Well, guys, there she is, all back together. I guess we'll, isn't she cute sitting in there? I guess we'll pull her back outside and top her off with water and see if the old girl works. It's hard to hold the phone and pressure wash at the same time, but I think you guys get the point. It works. That's the main thing. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, if you could just take a few seconds to hit that thumbs up button, that'd be greatly appreciated. And if you want to make sure you don't miss out on the next great adventure or the next project on Dirt Perfect, hit that subscribe button.